Welcome back, race fans, to another exciting race out here at Talladega Superspeedway. Guys in the booth, it is Luke, joined alongside Kevin here tonight, and it is going to be a fun one out here tonight. It's going to be the MMS League out here, Xfinity cars out here tonight. Kevin, how you doing?
Good, I'm doing great, and I'm real excited for these Xfinity cars. We don't get to see these ones race too often.
Hey, no, we do not, Kevin, and I know it is usually your call, and I believe the grid is currently being sent down our way as we speak, and that should be getting to your way momentarily. And Kevin, if you want to take the grid.
Yeah, and on the pole we have Cody Niegels, another great time for him. Up front with him, we're going to see Michael Miller. Second row is going to be Jeremy Osborne and Garrett Caswell. Third row, we're going to see Tyler Vickery and Logan York. Fourth row, we're going to see Josh McCullough and Asher Little. Fifth row, we're going to see Joey Allen and Kenneth McCullough. And then rounding us out, we're going to see Danny Barnes.
And what a fun grid out here tonight. It's not going to be the biggest pack in the world, but you know these Xfinity cars can get moving, Kevin. We're in for a treat
they
tonight.
can. We got 52 laps of racing. We got one fast repair on these cars, 50% fuel. It's going to be a fun one, Luke.
Okay, that it will be. And how about taking the pole out here tonight? Cody Niegels.
Time and time again.
It seems like his name is brought up every single night out here, and he is going to be taking the pole out here tonight. And a couple other familiar faces out there that we can't forget. Obviously, the McCulloughs. I believe we also got Logan York out there, a couple familiar faces, but also a couple new ones out here.
Yeah, and I'm not too familiar with Tyler Vickery, Joey Allen. I know Asher Little. Last week we saw his first performance. He had a great race. We called a podium finish for him. But Danny Barnes, another new one, I think. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting one.
I have to agree with you, Kevin. You know, the track may not, or the field may not be very big, but hopefully the excitement is.
Yeah, and we're going around under caution one more time. We're going to be green this time by 52 laps of racing in these Xfinity cars. It's going to be exciting. The pace cars coming in. It's going to be the command of Cody Niegels as we are going through the tri-oval, getting ready to go green. And here we go. And they are coming to the restart zone. The flag is out. It's waving. We're green at Talladega. 2x2. Good jump on the inside. Cody Niegels gets clear of one. They're racing.
Cody Niegels off to an impressive start here. You know, like I said, I hate to sound like a broken record here, but time after time again, it seems like he's getting it done, and definitely going to be a name to watch out for early on here tonight.
Yeah, and a good start for that outside line with Michael Miller. It seems that inside line got, a little grouped out, but we're going 3 wide already. Maybe they're in the back. Maybe just a little bit of a movement there. The 77 is going to take the lead, though, as that outside line's making it work down the backstretch for the first time of 52 tonight. How about Josh McCullough picking his line, kind of staying there in the middle, but eventually going to the outside where they're 4 cars long. The inside's about 7. Man, we're in for a good one.
And that we are. It is definitely going to be quite the interesting race here. This is going to be a decently long race out here. I believe it's going to be, 52 laps out here tonight?
Yeah, it's going to be a long one, but I think it's going to be a very clean one. We see a lot of green flag racing in the MMS series.
We're already going to be 3 wide here in lap 2, but I do not believe that's going to last very long.
Yeah, and Miller kind of got stranded out there. He started in second. He was running up front and then got stranded on that third line, and he's going to fall all the way to the back. So, not great for him, but, anything can go. There's only 11 cars out here on the track, so the back isn't too far back. He's still in a top 10 position.
Oh, yeah.
How about Garrett Caswell making his way to the front? Good little maneuver, getting his way back to the inside in front of Cody Niegels. He's now your race leader.
Yeah, it's another name that we are definitely familiar with out here in the MMS League. A lot of familiar faces, but then again, we do have a couple new ones out here. Let's see. Jeremy Osborne, I don't feel like we see him out here too often. He's made his way
No,
up
I think Jeremy's out here pretty often.
Yeah.
I know I've done some races with Jeremy, but
I might be thinking wrong then. Either way, just would be nice to see a couple of these new faces make their way up to this front pack. Show some of these guys that have been around here a while. Maybe show them some new stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but how about this run by Logan York? He was able to get around the 77 after he fell to the back, and then he was also able to get around Tyler Vickery as he's fallen to 7th. But we're side-by-side racing, just very clean, two-wide racing out here at Talladega. And, you know, it's good to see. We see last night, I think it was, we saw 5 or 6 cautions in just a 28-lap race. So it's good to see this clean green flag racing to get things going.
And that it is, Kevin. It is definitely going to be refreshing here. With, you know, maybe not with as big of a pack here. Maybe we might not see as many cautions. But it is always tough to say, you know. These guys all out here racing for money. Anything can happen.
Yeah, and ain't that the truth? We've seen a lot of moves happen in these final laps where if you're on the lead lap, you can't really count yourself out of this one until the very end. But, yeah, we're seeing both these lines working about the same despite the inside having a decent amount more cars. I think it's 7 on 4. Oh, and Logan York tried to drop to the inside. Ain't gonna have it. He's gonna stay up. Caswell's going to stay in, and that's going to kill their speed a little bit as Caswell's going to take the lead again through turns 3 and 4.
You guys will have to excuse me a little bit tonight here. I'm a little under the weather tonight, so you'll probably hear a little bit more Kevin out here tonight, but I will be chiming in whenever I'm able to, of course.
Yeah, and Caswell now goes to the top with Logan York, and he's going to drop back down. Barely gets in there. They stack up a little bit. Able to make it happen cleanly, though. Good move for him. He's now clear by either side. His line to pick, but here comes York, and he has got speed. Oh, and they're actually going to strand Caswell in that middle. He's going to drop. He kind of went up for a block on the outside, and, you know, Needles just said, hey, I'll take it. Give me that inside, and he falls all the way to the back because he has no draft, no help. Well, Jeremy Osborne now up into P3, giving the leader some pushes.
I know just a couple laps ago he was sitting back comfortably at about P5 or P6. He's making his way up here, giving these leaders a run for their money.
Yeah, and that he is, and yeah, as you can see, Caswell fell to the 8th. Able to stay in the draft, stay in the pack, so nothing concerning about that, but he was leading the laps, but Cody Neagle's back in the front.
It appears we have a Garrett Caswell fan in the chat here. He's currently sitting back in P10, but he is definitely still not out of it. He's just hanging out near the back of the pack here.
Yeah, he's got a fast car. He led some laps early, got stuck in that middle line. A little unfortunate, but definitely still a contender in this one. Keep your eye on him. How about Vickery? He's made his way up to P5 after dropping a little bit off the start. McCullough's moved from 7th to 3rd. That's a 4-spot move in 7 laps. York and the Eagles, what we see often in these MMS races, the two of them going at it for the lead.
It's like a little bit of blinking on the top line there by Garrett Caswell. We hope that's a us issue, not an him issue, but just something to keep an eye out on. That's going to be the number 19 there, about 4 rows back on that outside line.
Yeah, and you know, there's really no way of us knowing what these drivers are saying to each other. He could potentially have dropped intentionally when we saw him fade back because he was blinking.
Yeah, you never know.
Oh, but we're going to see another one get stranded. I think that's going to be Josh McCullough. He's going to get stranded on that outside line.
I was going to say, I
He's
think
gonna fall back to
the
the
number
bottom.
77 was thinking about maybe taking up there with him, and he's kind of peeking at that 3rd line a little bit. Now it looks like it's going to stay
I think he's just trying.
wide here.
I think he's just trying to stay clear of the blinking that's happening in front of him a little bit.
And a quick look at the current track conditions out here. It is looking like it is going to be a 69-degree day out here. The track temp is going to be a 109 degrees Fahrenheit and 11% precipitation, 1 mile per hour wind. So overall, pretty standard weather conditions out here. Nothing too crazy, but that track temp is going to be running a little hot, so you got to wonder late into this race if these drivers going to have to worry about the tire wear a little sooner.
Yeah, and a shout out to Steve Sly in the chat. You know, a political local legend. I don't know if you remember Steve, Luke.
You know, Kevin, I do remember Steve, and I remember a very, very specific incident for Steve. And, you know, we'll go and reference it here by taking a look at the top manufacturers in the lineup right now. And it's going to be Joey Allen taking the lead here in his Chevy. Kevin, I don't know if you remember, but a handful of years ago, me and you both helped out Mr. Steve with, you know, his Chevy in a car show. Did all the work, keeping that thing nice and clean, making it nice and pretty, and I believe he won an award for it, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, and I got that award with me, but
yeah,
what do you have to show for that?
I was just about to ask. Do you remember what kind of compensation I was added for that one?
Experience, Luke. Look at us now.
I prefer to call it not a damn thing, but to each their own there, Kevin.
Yeah, and I've got to agree. Fuel unfiltered. Hopefully we don't see a huge wreck. It's surprising with as little cars they have, as they do have a fast repair. So we always like to see the big one, but not too many cars in this one.
And that third line's gonna start to loom here. I believe it's gonna be, who is that? Oh, shocker. It's gonna be the McCullows peeking at that third line. Father and son taking that outside line. They're making it work early on. They're gonna have the same amount of cars to that outside line, so it's gonna be a little hairy there. Looks like that. We're gonna get some good speed here, I think, out of turn 4. And yeah, I have to agree with you there, Unfiltered. We're not too sure if that's a him issue or if that's an us issue. We can obviously only hope that that's an us issue in terms of like the broadcast, but if that is Garrett Caswell blinking there a little bit, that is definitely rather unfortunate for that mid line. It's gonna make it hard to push.
And this second line moving up the track a little bit, not giving that top line much room.
No, but they're gonna get a third car up there, it seems. I believe that's going to be the number 7 of...
That's gonna be Danny Barnes.
Yeah, Danny Barnes. Another one of those situations where it shows he's number 9 for us, but number 7 on the car.
Yeah, and it gets confusing. How about Allen making his way up to the very front of the pack? He started P9. That's our biggest mover of the night.
One hates to jinx it early, but so far, clean racing. They're even going to drop back down to a second line now just to straighten things out a little longer. Still a lot of racing left, but not too crazy one. One incident can really mix things up here for some of the drivers involved. They only do have the one fast repair.
Yeah, and I think the McCullows, they try that high line a little bit just to see if it would work in the case of them using it later in the race. I know they like to get in every line, feel them all out before they inevitably make their move later in the race. Yeah, we're seeing Allen just holding that inside line in front of York, and it's working. Garrett Caswell's made his way up towards the front on that outside line, but they're just not getting enough pushes. This inside line's just dominating the race right now.
He's getting a little hairy there on that inside line, it seems.
Yeah,
stay relatively calm here for the most part, it seems, early on with this race. They're not really testing this too much.
No, they're not, but that blinking, I'm going to assume with what we're seeing as far as the 77 not really pushing too heavily into the 19, and it only being the 19 that's blinking, we're going to assume that it's not an us issue and it is a him issue. So it's definitely something to pay attention to. It definitely changes the dynamic of that high line. I know Michael Miller's going to give it his all no matter what, try to get them up there. But it's definitely going to shake things up.
Yeah, no doubt. As take a look at our safety ratings here, well within our top 7 right now. It's going to be a very, very strong field, obviously, and yeah, as much as I hate to get sidetracked there, looking at Garrett Caswell, yeah, Michael Miller's just wanting to stay just far enough off his bumper to where he won't get into him here if he happens to blink a little at the wrong time there. I know it's happened to me plenty of times in the Draft Masters, guys blinking all over the place and just teleporting right in front of you.
Yeah, and 23 car just holding that inside line. I don't think any of these guys up front are going to transfer to that outside line. I don't think there's really any benefit to it at this point in the race. It's safer on the inside. It's faster as of right now, and it's easier. They're just holding onto the yellow and the white line and driving all the way through it. We have 36, 37 laps to go in this one, and I don't think they want to risk anything.
Yeah, with only one fast repair out here, it's it definitely makes things interesting. You don't want these. I know personally, I wouldn't want to be out there racing it too hard with such a long time left to go. I'd want to keep things clean and try to keep things contained as long as I can. Have the freshest car going into the back half of the race.
Yeah, I've got to agree. I mean, it's interesting seeing 11 cars on 52 laps because it's almost like a duel, only an extended. Yeah, but like an extended period of laps. So it's like, when do they start really racing each other? Because they can wait a long time with only 11 of them being out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the game changer here, Luke, is going to be the pit stops.
I'll have to agree with you. Assuming they stay under, assuming we get some green pit stops out here. And just looking at our chat here, Vesper, we don't actually really know why we haven't seen as strong of a field out here as we usually do. But regarding the Xfinity cars, I personally have a lot of fun on them. I don't know if it's just something with some of the drivers out here. Maybe they don't like them or something. But I know I like the Xfinity cars. I think they're a little bit easier to push than the trucks at least. But
yeah,
again, that's all personal opinion.
I think he more means like just the turnout of 11 is because it's an Xfinity night. It's not next gen. I know everyone loves the Cup cars, but only 11 of the guys came out tonight, so it's a shortened field based off what we're usually seeing. And yeah,
shaky there.
I also like the Xfinity cars personally, but it's definitely something that's very opinion based. How about Miller making his way all the way back to the front? He started P2, Michael Miller. He got stranded in that middle line, fell all the way back down to P10, and he is your race leader now. As that top line's starting to work with Caswell dropping to the back. They're getting more pushes into each other, and they're only 3 cars, but making it work.
Yeah, Unfiltered, that's going to have to be a series that I've been on the fence about getting into that one for a while. I don't actually own any of the ARCA series. I do believe they have different tracks now, I think, right?
Yeah, I think the B-Class ARCA has a lot of those road courses that I know you are not too excited to race on, and
I can do it on a motorcycle. I just, in these big-ass cars, I don't know. My brain doesn't do it. I don't know.
But yeah, this whole field is all bunched together. It's a good sight to see 18 laps in. You don't want anybody to lose the pack this early because then it's just a game of, just hoping to stay on the lead lap, hoping for a caution.
And I think we might see a pit here.
Yeah, we're going to see a very...
It's going to be Joey Allen.
Yeah, we're going to see an odd pit. He comes in by himself. Not usually what you want to do here at these super speedways. Hopefully he can find the pack again and make the rest of the guys come in rather soon. The longer the rest of the guys stay out now, the more likely he is to lose the pack because they're getting drafted and he isn't now. But he's going to come in. And everyone else is staying out. I would assume they're coming pretty soon, though. The fuel window, let me look it up.
Yep, there goes Joey Allen. He's leaving the pits now. You can see them coming through turns 3 and 4 here as they begin the exit of turn 4. And so, here comes the rest of the pits.
Yeah, so the fuel window is 36 to 40 laps, and these guys are on 50% fuel. So expect it to be 18 to 20. Here everyone comes in on 19. He came in 1 lap early. I don't think it'll mess him up too badly. We're just gonna have to wait and see though.
Yeah, it is going to be a dash down that back straightaway for him. He's just trying to catch up to these guys and ensure he at least stays within that main draft. It's going to be a race off of pit road here.
Yeah,
I believe it's going to be Logan York barely taking it. Car to watch right now is going to be Joey Allen. He's trying to catch up to these guys. He wants to stay in their draft to avoid falling off here. You can see him leaving the pits right now.
Ooh, it's going to be close, but I don't know.
I think he might be a little too off.
Yeah, I wouldn't assume he'd have it just because they had that draft for 1 extra lap. That's a 2-3 second difference when you're in a big draft like that. So yeah, he's gonna fall off. Unfortunate for him, but how about Osborne? That's gonna be Jeremy Osborne. He's a very long pit.
Yeah, seems maybe have had some troubles either coming into the pits or maybe a prolonged pit for some unknown reason, but probably not what he was going for going into the pits there. But we'll go and jump back to our leaders. That it is going to be Logan York leading us off here, and it looks like that front three is going to get some separation. That's going to be Logan York, Cody Eagles, and Tyler Vickery.
Yeah, they got some separation for now, but that second pack is gaining on them very quick. They're going to be there any second. Now they have a lot more draft. They have a lot more people in it, and they're gaining just about a second a lap, so they'll be there.
Yeah, Joey Allen's just not going to get much of a chance to catch on here, but Michael Miller is fading off of that main pack pretty fast, too. Maybe him and the 23 of Joey Allen will be able to make something happen to catch up to these leaders, as they are single file wide, ready to start lap 22 at Talladega.
Yeah, and I wouldn't imagine any of those back three drivers are going to be able to catch the pack. We're seeing single file, 8 cars. I mean, they are moving. It's going to take a caution or a miracle for these guys to regain with the pack. Jeremy Allen just about to go a lap down here in probably the next lap or two. Or not Jeremy Allen, Jeremy Osborne, sorry. And interesting what happened to him. Not quite sure. We are going to see another pit stop. I would put it around lap 37, 30. I'd say the window's like 36 to 40.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, probably around that range.
Something like that. I think they came in at what, 19 going on 20 in the window.
We'll take a look here. Looks like most of our drivers here went in on lap 19 for the pit, apart from some of our guys in the back here.
The window's 18 to 20, so fuel. Yeah, they're going to be coming in around.
Hey, we'll do unfiltered. It was good to see you, man.
37 to 39. We should expect to see most of these guys for their second and last pit of the night.
They're going to be approaching that lap car. It's going to be the number 41 of Jeremy Osborne. Just got to hope he's going to stay out here for him and just stay out of the way. You know that lead pack is moving fast. Very lead there, leading off at about 180 miles an hour. Osborne just slipping under.
Very quick for these Xfinity cars.
Oh,
yeah, I think Osborne's going to clear him through the turn, so he'll be able to get the his under the yellow on the back straight if he pleases to do so. So it's either going to be that or going high for him. Yeah, and he's actually going to go high, which I think is a smart move because they're actually coming up on turns 3 and 4 as they catch him, so it'd be kind of risky going down low without braking. He's going to go high for him. Should be a clean pass for everybody.
Oh, and Caswell's going to get a little loose back there.
Almost gets into the back of Osborne as he's fading back. Whew. Stay in the draft, fellas, and they will.
Stay on to that draft. Yeah, no worries for him, but not too sure what happened on that one. He's going to swap.
I thought Osborne kind of just side drafted up there.
Yeah, and it looks like Caswell's going to make the decision to go up there with him. We're going to have to stay off of Caswell here. It just seems like he's having a lot of issues for us. Your current leaders is going to be Logan York, Cody Neagles, Tyler Vickery, Garrett Caswell, and followed by Joshua McCullough Jr. That's going to be just your top 6 there. But of course, that is going to change quite a bit here as we are approaching that midway point of the race. Anybody you're eyeing up here, Kevin, so far?
Yeah, the same guys I'm always looking at, obviously. But other than that, Vickery's looking good. That's gonna be Tyler Vickery. He started P5 in qualifying. He's currently running 4th, and he's had a fast car. But I'd also like to point out, Jeremy Osborne's not a lap down. He made his
still
way
on the
back to the
lead lap.
front.
He's staying up there.
He made his way back to the front of this pack, and he's holding the inside on Logan York. So that's a little surprising to see, as this outside line is forming with Caswell in the front. He's run up to P2. He's gonna actually take the lead, I think, here out of the straightaway.
Yeah, we're gonna look at the current race leader, Logan York. He's just gonna be riding right behind the Aussie man here.
I don't think they mind that for now. I think it's gonna get a little shaky if, this is how the formation is with the laddered laps. But for now, I don't think Logan York minds being a pusher.
No, not at all. He's experienced. He knows what he's doing.
Unless Caswell can clear Osborne and get out in front of him, then that would get a little annoying and unfortunate. But
Well, as soon as you
for
say
now,
that, it looks like they're going to start to get a bit of movement up there on that high line. Caswell's going to start to get... he's starting to clear him right now.
You're right, and I think Josh McCullough finally bit the bullet and said, I don't care if Caswell's blinking around a little bit, we're going to push him, and we're going to push him hard. And that's what they've done, and they've got some speed up there.
Yeah, they are moving. Look at that. Inside line's going to start to get a bit of momentum here. I believe Caswell going to fade off back in the middle again. I think it's probably because of the blinking, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt at this point. I think it's I believe this is going to be an issue on his end, but again, we will not know until after the race.
Yeah, Tanya, he's got a very fast car. He's looking good out there, but it seems he keeps dropping to the back due to some internet problems, maybe. We keep referencing the blinking. The cars blink when your internet connection isn't very good, and it blinks for the other cars, so it makes it tricky, and I think he keeps doing a little bit of a courtesy drop to the back when it gets bad, so it's going to be interesting to see how that ends up going with him, but he does have a fast car.
Joshua McCullough going to be getting his first taste of the lead tonight out here riding up there on that high line, and he's going to be almost side by side there with Jeremy Osborne. Jeremy Osborne doing everything he can to stay on that lead lap here. He is not wanting to fall 2 laps down, but...
And how about Danny Barnes? He's made his way up. He started in dead last. Mr. Irrelevant made his way up into the top 3.
How about it? They're getting quite the run on that outside line, despite only having 2 cars. Like McCullough dipping down there, trying to get a little bit of the side draft from Jeremy Osborne, and they're on the back straightaway. And here's where the big pushes are made. Joshua McCullough starting to get a bit of room up there on that outside line.
Yeah, and 23 to go. I know I said laps 37 to 39. We're going to see the next wave of pits if we stay green. And that's going to be what was this, a 52 lap race?
Yep.
So that's going to be 13 to 15 to go. So just keep an eye on that for the next wave of pits. It's going to shake things up.
I believe McCullough is going to get kind of stranded on that high line now. He's going to file right back in there.
Yeah, we're single file again. That's some good racing there for a while. They fall back into line. It mixes things up, but the McCulloughs are together now. York is right out in front of Neagles, and a lot of guys still on this one. All the way from York to Asher Little in this main pack.
Yeah, I mean, just a reminder of those guys that are trailing back a little bit. Michael Miller, he had a rough restart or a start there, I believe. He faded off the main pack there off after the pits. Sorry, not the restart, but he's also out there with Joey Allen. He's also going to be approaching a lap down here as the lead cars are going to be making their way down the front straightaway. Jeremy Osborne still hanging out up there with the leaders.
And he's going to go to the outside, let the leaders race at it. Here come the other lap cars, though. They're in the tri-oval right now, so I think in the next, 6 or so laps, based off what we've seen, they're going to be calm.
Oh, no doubt. This main pack is moving, and they're moving fast.
That they are, and it's going to be led by York, just parading around single file right now. 21 to go, coming to 20, and I think we're going to start seeing some racing. Or coming to 21, actually, my apologies. Or, no, coming to 20, okay. I think we're going to start seeing some real racing after we see these pits.
Oh, yeah. Going to be racing for those money positions, and I might be mistaken here, but I do believe it is going to be the top 6 getting a payout here tonight, so just a...
Top 6?
I do believe so. At least that's what it sounded like. Well, that's what I heard when we were waiting in the practice lobby. I don't know if that's staying or if that has changed. I have no idea. But I did hear that at one point. I don't know the figures and what the payouts would be, but just pay attention to those top couple of positions.
Yeah, because, money does need to be made for some of the winners, so I think, I would imagine they do podium or something with only 11 drivers. Top 6 would be good. Top 6 would be nice if we were in the race. We don't usually run up front.
Unfortunately, no, we do not.
19 to go. Like I said, 15 to 17 to go is when we're going to see these pits. More than likely, if they could pit at any point starting, I think, this time around and make it to the finish without green-white checkers. So, the window's open, anybody, they can come in at any time. I'm assuming they're all going to come in at the same time here. But, I would imagine it's going to be the next few laps.
But then again, you never know. A lot of these drivers out here are not racing with the same team, so I mean, it could shake things up a little bit. We might even see 2 groups of pitters here. You never know. And we're going to see, I believe, 1, 2, 3, and yep, we're going to see 2 groups here.
Split them.
Oh, no! And who do we got there on the inside apron?
I think it's going to be Ashley Little going for... Or that's going to be Josh McCullough going for a ride.
No.
Good recovery, though.
Yeah, he held on to it.
It's probably going to be a penalty. More than likely a penalty for that one.
Unfortunate, but he kept it together, and the vehicle itself isn't trashed. So at the end of the day, that's the main thing that matters out here. But
man, that really surprises me. I don't know if he wanted to come in there because his teammates stay out.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like he made the decision a little late. So maybe it was maybe he thought he saw one of his teammates going in for it, and he just wanted to follow. And it's tough to say out here, but regardless, the guys staying out there. It's going to be Tyler Vickery, Danny Barnes, Kenny McCullough, and Garrett Caswell and Logan York, and they are going to make their way. And Jeremy Osborne's going to be joining them in that backpack. He doesn't want to get too far off of him, but Logan York winning the race out here on the exit to pit road, but Michael Miller actually going to pop up in front of him here for a little bit. He has not pit yet, just a reminder.
Yeah, he stayed out. I think he is praying for a caution right here.
Yeah.
Get him back.
You gotta be. You gotta be. Oh boy, those guys currently on the lead out of the pits are flying out of that fresh car. They're gonna
and pay attention to the map here at the top right of your screen. It's gonna be see which line can come out in front.
It is going to be a close one on the exit here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be those first pitters. They've got speed right now.
Yeah, they got
a lot of
speed.
They might be able to stay in each other's draft, and I think that might be what we see. They all just cycle back together. It's going to be close. Oh, no. Barnes and Caswell are fading. McCullough's on the front of it. He's trying to catch it. He's 9/10 of a second back off of it.
That's going to be both the McCulloughs working together there. They're just going to be trying to catch up to that lead group there. They're not going to be too awfully far back. Reminder, that car there at the very back of those...
or no, that's just going to be Josh.
Yeah, just Josh. Yeah, the car back there in P4. We're going to go and take a look here just to be sure, right? Yeah, he last pit lap 19, so he is going to be coming in here soon.
How about the timing on that, though? Is that Kenny pushing him despite being a lap down?
Yeah, he is. That's gonna be that. Yeah, you know,
That's,
you see it every night out here. These guys working together and getting things done out here.
Yeah, Josh's race isn't looking too hot right now with him having the pit issues, but the penalty and whatnot. But he's gonna be out there with Kenny still, so very interesting. The cycle through leaves about 6 in that front pack. It's gonna be Neagles, Little, Miller, McCullough, Vickery, York, and that's it actually. That's gonna be your lead pack. Barnes and Caswell have a second pack going by themselves, I think. Or no, they're a little bit spread out, but they've lost the draft of the mains. But still definitely in this one. McCullough's down a lap, Jeremy Osborne's down a lap, and Allen is soon to go down a lap. Miller still needs to pit, I like to point that out. He's running P3. It's gotta happen now. He's about out of fuel based off, you know, what these cars can handle. So
he's gotta be running on fumes out there this late.
Yeah, he does, and very surprising strategy by him. I expected them to stay out. I expected them to stay out if they were that lap down, but I mean, he has really pushed it. He can't have much fuel left in that thing, and if he doesn't come in this time, I think it starts getting a little nervous for these other drivers.
Yeah, it definitely has to. And yep, just as we thought, he's going to go in here this time by.
That's going to throw him back a lap down, so not great for him, assuming things stay green this lap around. We have 15 to go. You know, 5 of them in that lead pack. Neagle's in the lead. Asher Little up there. Kenny McCullough up there.
It's a strong group. It's definitely a strong group.
Kenny and Logan York making that second line work now.
Yeah, they're getting it going here. And you got to wonder if they're going to be testing it a little early. And boy, look at that speed that outside line is getting.
That's actually Josh in the front. He's down a lap, so... well, not anymore, he isn't. Now he's on the lead lap, but in theory down a lap, not with the front pack, so to speak.
Yeah, that's not going to stop him, though, from taking that inside line over the leaders. And I believe give the space out there for Kenny on that outside line to work if he can get up here. I think he's just trying to bog up that inside line for his teammate there.
Yeah, I've got to agree, and
I think we're seeing a little bit of smoke there. I'm not too sure what that was from. The vehicle's near it, but might have been a visual issue. It is going to be 3 by 3 out here with 13 to go at Talladega as they are running down the back stretch here. You know, a lot of the same names we see out here every night, but, you know, out of the names we do usually see out here every night, any of the big ones standing out to you here that you might, I don't know, give the edge here as we approach the back stages of this race?
Yeah, and, you know, in these first 40 or so laps, I mean, they've all kept it clean, and it's really just come down to the pit strategy, so just the guys that can keep it consistent every week are the guys to pay attention to, I think. The McCulloughs, or Kenny at least in this one, Cody Neagles, Logan York, just the same guys we see time and time again. Asher Little's done a great job in both the races we've seen from them. Not quite sure how they usually do. We've only seen two races with them, but you know, Vickery's had a great race. He's been able to keep it consistent as far as the pits and staying in the draft goes. So I mean, yeah, any of those 5 guys that are in the front pack are just looking very promising for a checkered flag here tonight.
That is assuming we stay green. One yellow could completely bunch these guys all back together and make things interesting. Well,
that
not
is
all
true.
These guys, not all these guys. As it stands, just Joshua McCullough would get back on the lead lap right now. Allen and Osborne.
Yeah, but it would also get Miller back in that group. It'd get Barnes back in that group. It'd get Caswell back in that group.
It would really open the door for some of these drivers here that you know, maybe are getting kind of hung out to dry here.
And I mean, depending on which line is working, if a caution were to come, McCullough could be on that lead lap, which would give the lucky dog to Allen.
That's true. It just depends on where he is when the caution is thrown, of course.
I think if Neagles clears him here out of the exit, he's going to take the inside in front of him. But maybe not. Maybe he isn't going to clear. I thought he was having enough speed to... Ooh, and a little shaking on that bump from the number 2 into the number 1.
We're going to be approaching the number 77, Michael Miller, apologies. Yeah, he's still a lap down here, and he's going to be approaching, or he is now going to be approaching a lap down. Name's mixed up here, it seems, but he's going to fall a lap down here, and I don't know if he's going to have the momentum to catch on here to these leaders, but a little bit of draft here. And, yeah, he's going to stay onto it there. He's definitely got this. He's definitely got the space to catch up there. We're approaching 9 to go out here, Kevin. You got to wonder, is that third line going to get tested here soon? I know the guys didn't like to peek at it too awful much just with the next-gen vehicles. I know they had some mixed feelings about how the new next-gen cars are handling, but you know, you got to wonder, are they going to make that third line work and start rocking with it here with these Xfinity cars later in this race?
Yeah, and you know, we're 9 to go. I think we're going to see at least like 5 more before they even think about that. With as little cars up in that lead pack, I mean, they don't need much time to make something happen, so I don't think they want to show their hand too early, but we'll see.
You know, with number 77 there, Michael Miller, being in with those leaders, assuming this is going to be a, you know, just normal green checkered, if they decide to make that third line, it could be 2 cars, 3 cars. Having that extra lap car down could really shake things up here in terms of who gets pushed up into the front as we approach the last couple laps.
Yeah, and I mean, the only person that it seems is peeking at that third line is Michael Miller, and he's a lap down, so something to pay attention to. We're going around 8 to go, and your leader right now is Cody Niegels on the outside. The inside's led by York. The one car that's in front of him is Josh McCullough, a lap down, so getting around is going to be another problem, but I don't imagine Josh is going to move at all with Kenny being on that high line.
I think they're going to try to stick together here. They've been doing it all race, and you know, they do it almost every single night, and it's to be expected here. Definitely expect to see them working together here in the back stages. And yeah, Jay, only 11 cars out here tonight. We don't know if it was just, you know, people not wanting to get into it just because they're the Xfinity cars, or maybe not as much hype around it due to it being the Xfinity and not those next gens. I know they get a lot of hype, but tough to say. But needless to say, it is still a pretty nice race out here so far. We've been green all the way through. It's been clean racing, but yeah, unfortunately, Tanya, some of those guys in the backpack, Michael Miller and Joey Allen.
Oh, they're down a lap.
And Caswell and Barnes. Yeah, Caswell and Barnes are going to be the guys really looking for the caution out here. But then again,
I don't think Josh McCullough would be too upset to see one fly.
I don't think anybody would this, except for the leaders, of course. We're approaching 6 to go here. A lot of racing has been done out here, Kevin. It's all been green thus far, and you know, of course, we hate to jinx it out here, but the safety of these drivers has been outstanding out here so far tonight.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a lot of just good, hard, clean racing. As long as it's not, you know, a single file just parading around the turns, I think the green flag racing is exciting. A lot of lead changes, despite only being 11 cars and only 5 people in the front pack right now. But they're still making it work. They're still getting around each other. Yeah, no Pepsi cars out here tonight. I don't know if we have any drink-sponsored brands out here tonight. I know I've seen Falkingham in the Mountain Dew in a lot of our recent races, but he's not out here tonight,
The
so...
only ones I'm seeing out here that aren't going to be like race leagues is going to be the number 2 Excel sheet car.
That's what I thought that was.
Yep, we're going to see the number 1 in the Dunder Mifflin Paper Factory, is that what it is?
Yep.
I haven't really watched that show that much. And then we got the number 77 in the Circle K back there. We'll take a glance back here at some of these other cars. I'm seeing the number 23's rocking a Lucky Strike. That's pretty fucking sweet. We'll jump back to our leaders here. You know, approaching 3 to go here, Kevin. You got to wonder, is that third line going to start to get tested out here? You know, some of the guys got to be thinking about it, that's for sure.
Yeah, you know, I think Vickery and, I want to say,
McCullough back there with them.
yeah, McCullough's back there with them. Who is that behind? Who's that behind the one? Oh, that's Josh. We missed
both the McCulloughs on the outside. Yeah. Cody Neagle's
okay.
there as well.
Well, then, yeah, I don't know who would go up to that third line. I would imagine if Kenny does choose to, Josh will follow. But then that big question, would Vickery follow because he's up there with them?
Or would he take that middle line and shoot the gap and see if he can get up front? You know, it's tough to say, but we are at that 3 to go mark, actually. So things are going to get interesting, and they're going to get interesting fast out here at Talladega. Stretch here. It's like Logan York deciding to take that high line. It's going to leave the inside open for Asher Little. He's going to take it.
Yeah, and we know there's no better pushers than Cody Neagle's out here, so...
Oh, nope, he's going to slide right back down. Logan York electing to come back down to that low line. We're going to be approaching 2 to go here as we cross that start-finish again.
Yeah, Logan York weighing his options. He's doing a great job at getting clear and being able to pick his line, but here comes Neagles. I don't think he's going to be clear this time around, as Kenny McCullough is giving him good pushes, moving up into a top 3 spot right now. Here we go, you know, coming around through the turns for the second to last time. I mean, we only have 2 laps left in this one. The move has to be made now. The race is coming to an end here soon, and right now it's looking great for the green cars of Neagles and York.
Boy, they're going to be close up there in front. Not giving each other much room at all. Just trying to keep it as tight as they can to match each other's speed. And it's going to be the last lap.
And here we go. This time by, it's going to be 1 to go. The white flag is out. Neagle's in front on the outside. Logan York on the inside. McCullough's looking. Third line hasn't been made yet. We're 2 by 2 all the way through, and Neagles is on the outside. He drops down low. That's going to give McCullough the top. He comes back up, though. He's going to block that. And that's going to give it to York on the inside, and he's going to get some speed out of it. McCullough's peeking at the high line. Oh, and they're wrecking behind. That's going to be Josh McCullough wrecking, but we're staying green here.
Yeah, they're going to hold it together.
They're 2 by 2 still, but how about York blocking Neagles? And here comes Asher Little on the inside in the 1 car. He's fast. 77's giving him pushes. We're 2 by 2. 6 cars up in this front pack. McCullough fell a little bit in that carnage, but Logan York on the outside, he's been pushed by Neagles, and that inside is looking a little weak right now. Coming to the tri-oval, York in the lead, pushed by Neagles. They're looking to get in the money. York goes down low to block. That's going to give Neagles the top. It's a late finish. Here comes Neagles, and it's going to be York getting the win. Neagles in second. Asher Little getting a 3rd place finish. Wow, what a finish.
And what an exciting end to a big night at Talladega. And Logan York getting it done out here.
Yeah, and that he is. I mean, just really dominated the latter half of that race.
We'll go ahead and go back there and take a look at the photo finish cam on that one. That was definitely a close one. It seems like Tyler having some issues with that lap car. Very unfortunate, but you know.
Yeah, and that's going to be Josh McCullough, I think he's talking about. I think they were the 2 that collected.
Oh. And look at that. We see, was that the number 41, Jeremy Osborne, sliding his way across the start finish.
Coming in backwards, it's Jeremy Osborne.
Yeah, what an exciting race for Logan York here. Ran up front almost the entire race and got it done. official or the unofficial race results out here, and it's going to be Logan York getting the win out here, followed by Cody Neagles, Asher Little, Kenny McCullough, Tyler Vickery, Garrett Caswell, Michael Miller, Joshua McCullough, Danny Barnes, Joey Allen, and Jeremy Osborne. That is going to be the full field out here tonight, along with their respective teams right there in the middle. And what a win for Logan York. I believe we're probably going to see some victory donuts out here tonight.
Yeah, I'd assume so. I mean, a great win for him. That's going to be the 2-car, just getting himself into victory lane, getting himself in some good money. And who's out there spinning with him?
That's going to be
How
the
about
number
Josh
one
McCullough?
of Joshua McCullough.
Hey, thanks, Jay. We had a good time, and thanks for stopping by and talking for a bit.
Yeah, they're just out there burning some rubber. Finish this one off out here tonight. You know, Kevin, these MMS money races are always a blast. Always a fun, and I know I always look forward to these races. They're always really entertaining. Going to be excited when we get a little bit bigger of a track, though. I can't lie. It's going to make things a little more interesting on our end to commentate just a little bit. But great skill by the drivers out here to go green the entire way through. That was 52 laps these guys went through. That is very impressive. You do not see that very often out here at Talladega.
Yeah, and you know, you don't see that often. I'm trying to see if we want to dial up a couple interviews. It's not looking like it as of now. We'll give them a couple more minutes, see if anybody wants to get in here and talk. I know it's, you know, been under 24 hours since we last talked to Cody Neagles.
Seems like we're talking to him every day. Yeah, I do not know if we're going to be getting any interviews in here tonight, but regardless, I guess in the meantime here, Kevin, do we have any broadcasts coming up that we should let the viewers know about?
Yeah, you know, we got a few in this coming this week. Obviously I've mentioned CMS tomorrow night around 10, I do believe, our time, and that's gonna be Trucks at Atlanta. That is gonna be a great race.
Very
I'm super excited for that one. And I think now's a good time to announce. I think we're gonna get some driver cams for that one.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's going to be exciting. Yeah, so
gonna be
going
some
into
exciting
this race,
stuff.
you're going to be able to go into the actual driver cams, or at least I believe we'll be able to pull them up here on stream mid-race. So that'll be pretty interesting to see the drivers live while they're going around the track out here. But hopefully some new integrations here as we roll around these next couple weeks of the broadcasting. We're looking to hopefully improve as much about the streaming as we can to make it as quality of a broadcast for you guys as we can, and just make things go as smoothly as we can. But I don't
Yeah,
think we're gonna
then
get any interviews out here tonight, but
yeah, it's gonna be a no interview night. Give me one more second.
yeah, we'll just double check. Don't want to leave anybody stray.
But yeah, other than the Sunday night race, we have Roughnecks on Wednesday. That's gonna be fun. It always is.
Oh
A
yeah,
lot of talented drivers in that one. That's gonna be another super speedway.
always a big field too.
We're gonna have Thursday. We're gonna see trucks at Vegas, and that's gonna be with the Western Racing League. So that's gonna be really fun. It's a little Vegas race.
Oh yeah, we haven't been to Vegas in a while in terms of racing.
Yeah,
Nice
then
change.
I think to round out the schedule for this coming week, we're gonna have Super Speedway Kings on Friday, which we did last night. We're booked with them again next Friday. It was a blast. It was a
Oh yeah,
really
very
good
good.
show put on by Jimmy and the guys. So super excited for this coming week. We're gonna have a lot of great racing, and hopefully we're gonna have a lot of chaotic racing because that's all we can hope for up here in the booth.
And of course, just makes it a little more exciting for us to be able to commentate on it. But I believe that is going to round us out here tonight. Kevin, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe we're going to be getting any interviews in here tonight.